Belgian style brewing. They do it at its highest level here at Brewery Vivant. Jacob, Jason, what goes into a Belgian style beer? What makes it Belgian?
I consider it more Belgian inspired. It's more of a philosophy and a mindset as opposed to recreating classic styles. The Belgians, they put a little more freedom in their beers and their styles, a little more interpretation, and that's kind of what we try to do here with our sour programs, our wood age programs, even to our mainstay beers. So it's just more of a philosophy as opposed to a rigid structure.
Yeah, I had a chance to visit some breweries in Belgium. We're looking for farmhouse breweries, so it's kind of southern Belgium, these kind of rustic styles of beer that I really enjoyed.
Like a Saison, something like
Saisons,
that?
Bière de Garde, things like that, that we really loved, and it was really hard to find beers like that in the States. So our whole logo comes from that southern Belgium, the Wallonia area where they speak French. So we kind of adopted the rooster as our main logo, and that's what we kind of are inspired by. But we're definitely moving in our own direction. Like we're not importing ingredients from Belgium to make Belgian style beers. We're doing our own American interpretation, but using that artistic freedom that they seem to have with the way they make beer, and that gives us a lot of opportunity to make some really wonderful beer.
And a fine example is right in front of us. This is called?
It's called Space Queen in Peril. So this is one of our wood age beers.
Yeah, we wrote this recipe over a year ago. We brewed it that long ago. It's a rye ale, so it's got some spices from that rye. The idea behind it was to make this kind of this front end bitterness sour ale. You know, age it in barrels for a year and then dry hop it and get some cool dry hop flavor. It's just like hoppy sour ale, which is kind of a unique in itself, you know. Not a lot of breweries are doing this kind of style of beer. Very proud of it, very excited about it.
Well, let's see if we can caress our tongues.
Let's do it. Let's open that baby up.
Wordplay, shocking, caressing. Hey!
Boom.
Like New Year's.
Should have put my safety glasses on.
All right, we got some glasses.
I thought that's what these were for.
Yep. All right, Space Queen in Peril. Coming around.
All right. Wow.
It's very complex, but it goes great. I mean, you can drink it on its own. It goes great with lots of foods.
It comes in a wine class.
So it gets this sourness from, I don't know, what do you think's in there? Lacto? Is there a little bit of Brett
It's kind
in
of our
there?
house bugs at this point. So
Yeah.
we develop our own little cultures. So there's some lactobacillus, some Brettanomyces in there, probably a little scotch of a pediococcus, and that all develops, and it's a big stewing pot of cool bugs. You know what I mean? Controlled bugs.
So what's
we
fun?
like to say,
and
so.
what's fun is like all beer used to be fermented and aged in wood, and then when stainless steel was invented, they started developing more and more sanitary methods, and then sourness was kind of an off flavor. The Belgians are one of the few countries that they were so stubborn they never changed the way they made beer, where other countries started isolating single cell yeast cells and get like pure yeast, pure fermentations. But then you lose all this character. So now with the craft beer movement coming back, people are more interested in flavor again. So we're kind of rediscovering these old techniques. And this is kind of an old way of making beer, and we think it really stands out, and there's not a lot of breweries doing it.
And I was going to say, so you're a little bit more focused on the yeast side.
For us, we're a very yeast-driven brewery. In terms of we have 3 house yeasts that we use here, along with our house cultures, our house bugs. So that's really a driving factor in our beers.
That's where we get those wild
Yeah.
fermentations
Yep.
that happen, and there's not a lot of breweries that do that. But that's where we get all these unique flavors, and it really fits that kind of Belgian inspiration that we have with using the wood and exploring this kind of thing. So
And
it's
with
fun.
some of these sour beers, these wild ales, you don't know where they're going to go. It could, 6 months later, we try them, constantly, and we catalog every barrel and every batch we do, and we just kind of take good notes on them and see what happens. So
To try to replicate that and to be consistent.
it's hard to replicate.
We just kind of steer it, right?
Yeah,
We steer it and let it go where
we
it wants
coax
to
it
go.
in one direction or the other, and hope for the
All right. Well, here's the spinning the wheel.
All right.
we'll do it. So cheers.
Cheers.